leave it right there. All right. All right, all right. I'm in such a good mood. All right. Let's wait for some people to get on. Hey King, how you doing, my love? Welcome back. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you're here. I was thinking about you too. I was I was thinking about you because oh no. Oh my God. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was thinking about you the last conversation that we had, because I remember we were talking about going to prison, and I was remembering you saying that you had did I think you said you had did 7, what you say, 4 in and 7 out on paper, and you had asked me if I did the full 10, and I was sitting back, like I said, thinking about it the other day, and so no, so that happened to me too. I did 4 in, and then I did the other 6 on paper, the same like you did. So we absolutely have that in common. See, I did too. I did 4 in and then 6 on paper. Did you get violated? Because I got so many violations, honey. I had a hard time. That's always been my thing, a hard time with authority. But I think it's because I've been on my own since such a very young age. So I had a hard time with that probation situation. But I worked it out. Hey Danielle. Hey Erica Hess. Hey, welcome, 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 Grand Rising. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having an amazing day. I absolutely am. I had a long weekend. It was my granddaughter's first birthday. And so, well, I guess I did a 3-day extravaganza because I picked them up Friday and they didn't go home until Sunday. And so I was in grandma mode all weekend. So that's what I did. But I also sitting in that space of this weekend, Spirit actually showed me how me and King are talking about right now, about how being in prison, I missed a lot of these years with my kids. And so being able to have these kids with my having this time with my grandkids, I absolutely love it. I didn't violate, but not that I'm off. I feel like they've been watching me. I got raided 2 days ago. Wait, so you still, but not that I'm. So wait, you still own right now? Is what you're saying? You still own You got raided 2 days ago. Oh my God, I remember getting raided. We used to get raided. I promise you, we used to get raided like every other day when I was coming up. I promise you, we got raided almost every single day. It was absolutely horrible. I hated it. I'm sorry, I don't like the way my hair looks. Let me fix it up. Oh no, okay. But you got raided 2 days ago. Now I know you ain't. Look, not to get off over your business. What are you doing that the people would be coming to knock on your door at this point? Well, and that's another thing too. I don't know your situation or how it went down or whatnot, but I know, like, for me, in my situation, I didn't know a lot about, like I said, about the streets and stuff like that. And so, like, a lot of people that you think are your friends, let me say it like that, and stuff like that, they are not your friends. And not only are they not your friends, they've been working with and for the people. Okay, and I'm gonna say it like that. Just now doing real estate, but they don't care. Yeah, no, they don't. They absolutely don't. Oh, you're doing real estate. I wanted to. I'm getting into real estate. Okay, so listen. Today we're going to jump back in from where we left off last week. If you missed last week, go back and watch it. You can catch the full video on my YouTube channel. Last week, we did the 4 steps to self-mastery. You know, self-mastery is a thing within itself, and there's a lot of little moving parts to it. And so I decided to start at the top, and we're going to work our way all the way through the different little points of self-mastery. Okay, mastering yourself, mastering your mind, mastering your heart, mastering your soul space is not an easy task. I absolutely know it. I've been through it, and I live my life still continuously. Like I tell you, this is a lifestyle. So day by day, piece by piece. So we're going to jump in, like I said, from last week. Today, we're going to talk about the 7 self-mastery skills, okay? I'm trying to wrap my mind around this because now that I'm in the space that I'm in, you know, I'm able to, well, you know, I have a different perspective of it all. But when I sit back and think about my life prior to my awakening, before I woke up, and the confusion state that I was in, the lost state that I was in, the existing state that I was in, the trauma state that I was in. There's so many different states and emotions that I was operating out of, and actually calling that my life. And well, like I'm saying, sitting back here now, I'm in the 360, because that's what I call it when I have these moments, a 360 moment, when you've started and come around full circle. And well, you it's mind-blowing. I'm just saying like that. It's mind-blowing. It's like the world at this point, like I'm saying, it's the blind leading the blind, the blind leading the blind. Not only that, the fact that you care so much, you're so concerned about what somebody else is feeling, thinking, their opinions of your situation, your life, when they are not doing any better than you are. And the only reason they're so quick to shine the light on you is because it takes the attention off of them. And well, we fall victim to these things. It's horrible. It's horrible. It is a horrible dynamic. And I'm absolutely so grateful again that I have woken up here. So let's talk about these 7 self-mastery skills. If at any point you have any questions, concerns, comments, please feel free to drop them. I absolutely will respond, okay? So number 1 is going to be the first step to mastering, the first skill, one of the first skills to mastering your vessel, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, your flesh, however you want to look at it, is going to be learning to think. Yes, I said learning to think. You would be surprised at how much time you spend out of the day not thinking. Not only are you not thinking, you're not aware, you're not present, you're not conscious, you're not being intentional, you're not being mindful, you're just going through the motions. This is why it's so easy to wake up in the morning, do the things that you do without thinking. What do? You get up, you wash your face, you brush your teeth, whatever you do, make your breakfast, go to work, and then it's the same thing over day. This is that linear time. And so when you're so consumed by this program and this system, especially operating in this linear time, you're not using your thought process too much. This is why you're stuck operating under the limited belief system. You have to remember, everything that you think, first of all, do you know how many thoughts you get a day? You're thinking about everything all day long, multiple things, many topics, many subjects, not only pertaining to yourself, but other people, other things, other places, other spaces. So if you're not in control of your thought process, that means the majority of the day your mind is consumed by things that happened yesterday, have not happened yet, maybe some things that have even happened today. But the fact of the matter is, your mind is overwhelmed, your mind is consumed by thoughts that you were unaware of. You have to start being the observer of your thoughts. Remember, just because you think a thing does not mean it true. Just because you have a thought doesn't mean you have to entertain it. So you need to start observing your thoughts, okay? This is going to be how you learn to think. You need to start being the observer of your thoughts. That is going to be skill number 1. Learning to think. Number 2 is going to be learning to intuit, meaning learning to trust your instincts, okay? We're multidimensional beings. We're energetic beings. So we absolutely have to get in tune with your senses. You got to get in tune with your clairs, okay? These are your clairs. So the first one is going to be, what is it? Clairaudience is to hear clearly, okay? Then you have clairsentience. That is a feeling, a clear feeling, okay? Then you have claircognizance. That is a clear knowing. You absolutely know something to be so, okay? Then you have your clairgustance. That is a taste, a clear taste, okay? When you begin to learn to intuit, which is to trust these instincts, it's not going to be an easy switch. You're not going to automatically feel them, okay? You're going to have to spend some meaningful time getting comfortable with these clairs, with your intuitions, okay? This is also, you being an empath, you being able to pick up on energies, things of this such. When your body, when you have a feeling, when you are doing something and you get the chills, or some people, again, your clairs, a clear hearing, audience. Have you ever been somewhere and you heard spirit say, get out of here, move, you need to move, or go left or go right, whatever it is? These are your clairs, okay? So you want to spend more time learning to intuit, which means learning to trust your instincts. That is going to be skill number 2, okay? Number 3 is going to be learning to feel. Armando, hola, ¿cómo estás, papa? Hi, my love, how you doing? So number 3 is going to be learning to feel. What do we know about a feeling? Feeling turns into emotions. Energy is energy in motion. This is how you bring your reality in. This is how your life is built. I just made a video about this the other day. You can't have something you don't feel. You have to learn to feel. This is also where addiction comes into play. You know me, I was an addict for a long time. And what did I tell you about my addiction? I didn't want to feel certain things, which was my reality. I didn't want to be present. I didn't want to think. And so that's where my addiction absolutely came into play. Me self-medicating took me away from anything that was actually going on in my life. And I also understand that I only did this because I did not then have the skills, wisdom, tools, knowledge that I needed to figure out these situations that I kept being faced with. Not only that, I didn't understand the concept of living. I didn't understand how to live life at all. So that absolutely came into play too. So you gotta learn to feel. It's okay to feel. And if at some point, you're in a certain emotion and it becomes overwhelming, step away for a minute and come back to it. This is also where your shadow work is going to come in, right? Your shadow work is absolutely going to be a part of you mastering your vessel. You cannot master your vessel without going through your shadows. As a matter of fact, I have a video about shadow work that I'm just now posting on YouTube. So get into that. But you absolutely have to go through your shadows to master your vessel. And the only way to go through your shadows, like I just said, is you're going to have to feel. You're going to have to face these hard truths, right? You're going to have to take accountability and responsibility for your life at some point. This is the only way for the turnaround to happen. This is the only way for the breakthroughs to happen. This is the only way for the awakening to happen. Number 4 is going to be learning to do. This means works, right? We know faith without works is dead. You absolutely have to begin to apply something to your life pertaining to your change, this new phase, this new space that you are going into. Okay? Estoy muy triste. Hold on, Armando. Estoy muy triste. What does triste mean? I know what it triste. I'm gonna sit with it for a minute. Estoy muy triste. Estoy, I am. Is estoy, I am, or you are? Estoy. I'm gonna come back to it. Okay. So number 4 is going to be learning to do. I know for me, I will be open, honest, and transparent with you at all times. I had a heavy spirit of laziness. I had a heavy spirit of rebellion. So when it came time for me to do things, especially when it was pertaining to my higher self, me changing my life, listen, I didn't want to do it at all. And a lot of times I did not do it. I can tell you now, my favorite word used to be tomorrow. And the thing about tomorrow is it never came. That's probably one word that you'll probably not hear really in my vocabulary now, because I don't use it on purpose. Tomorrow. Everything used to be tomorrow. Tomorrows. Like I said, I know I was sitting under that heavy spirit of rebellion and laziness and heaviness and worthlessness and helplessness and so on and so forth. And so again, when these emotions get so high, when they get so overwhelming, when they become to the point where they're all consuming, you absolutely don't want to do anything. You especially don't want to do anything when you don't know what to do. So you have to learn to do. This is why I tell you, do a little bit at a time. Small goals that are absolutely attainable. Don't set yourself up for failure. You want to set yourself up for success. This is a time and space where you want to stop the self-sabotage, okay? Because I know for me, I was the queen of self-sabotage. I actually want to get on this teach that lesson today, but I will be getting ahead of myself. You have to stop self-sabotaging yourself, okay? You must. I know it's you against you, but this is also why it comes to that point in space and time where one of you has to go here. This is what I always tell you about. You can't keep straddling the fence. You're gonna have to pick a side. Okay? So, okay. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. Estoy triste. What does triste mean? I absolutely know what it means. Armando, listen, I love these little Spanish lessons, honey, because I'm telling you what, I don't be having time. And like I said, I've been wanting to do it, so I really appreciate you getting on here, working me out like this. Triste, estoy triste. So, estoy, you're very nice or you're very sweet. Does it mean something like that? Estoy muy triste. Yes, it does it mean something like that? Let me know. Okay, now, so that's going to be number 4, okay? Learning to do. Number 5 is going to be learning to communicate. My God. Not only oh no, estoy muy triste. Triste. I know what triste means. It means like break. Triste. Does triste mean to break something? What does triste mean? You got my mind going here. Sad. Oh, you're sad. Estoy, meaning I am muy triste. ¿Por qué? Look, ¿por qué? No, why are you sad? Look at King talking about it means sad. So, okay. So you sad. Listen, we don't do sad over here. We can't do sad. You got to let me know what's going on and why you're sad so I can help you figure it out, because you can't allow yourself to sit in these low vibrational emotions unless it's going to be beneficial to you in the long run. Okay? So, no sad. Por favor. Aquí no. No triste. Muy feliz. Aquí muy feliz. Okay? Now, the next thing is going to be learning to communicate. Listen, you have to begin to learn to communicate. And I'm going to tell you what now. One of the main ways for you to begin to communicate is going to be you're going to have to put some boundaries and some limitations on yourself. Okay? Especially going into this new space. I was just thinking about this the other day. You know, now that I'm around people and I sit in this space that I'm in, a lot of the times, again, I'm outside of it. And so when I really hone in and pay attention to the way people, not only the way people move around me, but the way people handle me, is sometimes a little mind-blowing to me. But I also understand that they only handle me in such regard because I allowed them to. And so now this is my time and my space for me to get all this together. And communication is absolutely going to be one of those main skills that you are going to need in this space, because it is time for you to start speaking up for yourself. Not only up for yourself, but into yourself. And not only into yourself, but it is time for you, like I just said, to put some boundaries and limitations on the way people handle you. So this means you speaking up. This means you now saying no. This means you now understanding that you don't always have to be available. Especially when there's no reciprocity. You got to start to use your voice. Okay? Not only that, not only communication this way, because you know me, I've been in the medical field for years now. One of the absolute things that I absolutely do know and understand is that communication doesn't take words at all. There is multiple ways to communicate. You got to be mindful of your communication skills now. Not only from you to another person, but now you got to be aware of how now Spirit, God, the universe, and all these things is going to be communicating with you. Because I tell you this all the time too. The universe, God, Spirit, whatever it is you believe in is communicating 365 days a year, 7 days a week, all day long. The problem is, are you paying attention or not? Do you understand? Do you know what communication looks and feels like? Are you intuiting? Do you see where all these skills come into play at and why you're going to need them to master your vessel? You are dealing with God now. You are dealing with spirit now. You are no longer of this world. You are in the midst of co-creating your own world. You are taking your direction from the invisible. You are bringing things down from source down through you to this physical realm. Communication is going to be on a whole nother level. You got to learn to communicate. I got a video somewhere on this YouTube channel about that. You don't want to miss your communication from spirit, from God, from Buddha, from Mother, from your higher self. This is where your direction is going to come from. This is your inner guidance system. This is your roadmap. So, learning to communicate is going to be number 5, okay? Number 6 is going to be learning to lead. And I don't mean learning to lead others. I mean learning to lead yourself. This is the time and space where you mastering your vessel, you reaching self-mastery means you are going to have to lead yourself out of wherever you currently reside at. Whatever dark, low, desolate place, wherever it's at, you're going to have to lead yourself out. This is why I tell you, ain't nobody coming. You are here to save yourself. So that direction, like I just said, is going to come from the communication that you receive from your higher self. When your higher self, when God, when spirit, whatever it is that you believe in begins to illuminate this path for you, you're going to have to be able to lead yourself out, my love. Not only lead yourself out, but you want to make sure that all the places that you are leaving from, you don't return. Dealing with God, dealing with the spiritual realm, however you view it, however you say it, whatever your perspective is on it, is not an easy thing. You have to learn to be disciplined. You have to be obedient. You have to be committed to something before you see it, which is also going to be the best version, the highest version of yourself that you are now currently on your way to. Okay, so number 6 is going to be learning to lead. And the beautiful thing about this is, like I tell you, you got to be careful with the people around you, you know, your family, friends, things like this, because what happens is once they see you elevating, we know elevation requires separation. All they see is the separation part. They don't understand the beautiful things that are going to come from the elevation. So what you have to do is go ahead and separate yourself, go on up. And once you get up there and you learn and you become the person that God created you to be, Spirit created you to be, this is when you now become a vessel for God, for Spirit to use to lead everybody else out. That's a big role. That's a lot of responsibility. So you absolutely going to have to go through this preparation phase that we're talking about now, these skills that we're talking about now. This is not an overnight change. This is not a next week change. This is a change now for the rest of your life. So every time you do something pertaining to your higher self, your best self, you cut ties with that lower vibration of yourself. And this is what these skills are also here to do, right? This is a part of you cutting ties with that lower vibration, cutting ties with that old world, with that old self, with those old things, with the all you know. Just because that's all you know now doesn't mean that has to be all you know forever. You don't have to stay there unless you want to be there, my loves. Okay? Last but not least is Learning to be. You must learn to be. And when I say to be, that means just be. Chill. Vibe. When you're in your being, remember, you're not in that human. That human is that logics and the thinking and the moving and the... No. You learning to be is absolutely going to... Okay, let me go back a little bit. Let me slow down. You learning to be means you learning to be still. You learning to be quiet. You learning to be okay. You learning to be away from the outside. You being is you going into yourself. You being is you stepping away from that human, that logic, and stepping into that being, which is your soul, your spirit. This is how you connect to God, right? To spirit, to the beautiful things. Like I tell you, we in the world, but you're not supposed to be of it. There's a universe inside you, and the whole point of you being born was for you to come down here and create your universe in this place that they call the world. But you're not supposed to be of the world. The world is a distraction. This is why many people will meet and will see go will never have lived at all. They never got into the doing. It's a balance. This is a balance. You have to balance that human and being. That's self-mastery. And that stillness, that's where what? That's where God comes through. That's where spirit comes through. That's where your messages come from. That's where your downloads come from. This is where you learn how to intuit. This is where your senses come alive. You have to be able to learn to be in these spaces so you can learn to feel. Okay? So, skill number one is what? Learning to think. Number 2 was learning to intuit. Trust your instincts. Number 3, learning to feel. 4, learning to do. 5, learning to communicate. 6, learning to lead. And 7, learning to be. These are going to be your 7 skills to self-mastery, to mastering your vessel, your mind, your heart, and your soul space. The only way for you to get into alignment is to do so. Okay? All right, so let me see. Let me read some of these comments right quick before I get off. Thank you guys so much for being on with me. Let me say that real quick. I'm going to be back next week, same time, same place. This is 4 weeks in. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of us because part of discipline is to be consistent, right? That's part of greatness, is consistency and discipline. These are things that we not only have to teach ourselves, but we have to implement into our conscious mind, into that subconscious mind accepts it as the law. And once that subconscious accepts it as the law, then your life then is what? A result of all these beautiful things here. So I'm excited for us, okay? Because I know where we're headed. Not only that, we get to do it together. So this is a beautiful thing. Okay, estoy muy triste. Okay, so Armando, why are you sad? What do you have going on that you were so sad? King, are you married? No, I'm not married. I am absolutely engaged, though. I do have Instagram, Facebook. My Facebook, all my things are the same across all my platforms. So you can reach me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and then YouTube. My Instagram is BeLegendaryMama44. So like I said, I'm available 24/7. So if you guys ever have anything going on, something like that, reach out. I'm available. Hi, Sage. Hey, how you doing? I love the room. Oh, thank you. I keep saying, yeah, Be Legendary Mama. All of them are Be Legendary Mama. And my Instagram is Be Legendary Mama 44 though. But then everything else is the same. I keep saying I'm gonna get on at night because like you see like the little butterflies and stuff, they glow in the dark, and at night it's such a vibe in here. I do be going, so I go live. Like I told y'all, I do this. This is us right here. So I keep saying I'm gonna start going live at night. Not only do I want to go live at night, I want to do like a more private, intimate setting, you know. So I guess I might do subscriptions or something. I don't know. I really don't know how all that works, but I used to go live only at night. So I've been thinking about doing that again because this room is such a vibe at night, and I made it like this on purpose, but yet I'm not going live at night. It don't make no sense, right? So we can start doing that. Now I am also open to a religious, I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. I was raised religious, you know. I was raised you know, going to church every Sunday, choir rehearsal. My great grandfather was a preacher, and that's who I was raised by. And so I grew up religious, but no, I'm not religious now. I'm absolutely consider myself spiritual. And it's also because, you know, I don't like to get on this topic, you know. That's why look, I kind of I know TikTok is sick of me. I just got a violation on Facebook, but I'm not doing nothing but telling the truth. But anyway, religious is an extension of mass slavery, if you ask me. From what God showed me, what Jesus showed me, Spirit showed me, and all these things here. So religion, I really don't I don't have anything against it. Especially I think depending on the time and space you were born, all these things come into play. But religion, I feel like it keeps you in a box, and I'm too much to be contained, babe. I can't be in no box. I can't be in no box. I'm a law. I break. I'm a rule breaker, a law breaker. The box don't work for me. It never has. So no, I would not consider myself religious. Are you guys religious? Do y'all consider yourselves religious or spiritual? No, I'm not religious, so. But like I was saying though, I'm also open to suggestions. I know when you still are connected to the world and working and stuff like that. You know, certain times work better for other people, but like I said, right now, my soul, my soul purpose, my soul, all I can see right now is I just want to build up my tribe. Like I just want to build up our tribe and have a safe space where we can come and just be. Like, this is how I live my life, and it's absolutely changed my life. So if I can be the space for you to come to, you know, and come in here and step away from the world until you're able to fully separate from it, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to help you find your purpose and figure out what you're here to do so we can get into doing that. So I'm open to time suggestions, topic suggestions. I'm open. All you gotta do is talk to me. Let me know. Look, I'm real easy breezy. I'm very easy breezy. Okay. Ask me a question, I will tell the truth. I will not tell a lie. This is just who I am, okay? It's time. This is our time. Let's build a tribe. Well, that's it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I know like last week, I got on a few different times. I went live a few different times last week, but like I said, I'm open. I'm real easy breezy, easy going, fun loving, lighthearted. You know, that's who I am. So I'm open. What are you drinking? A Topo Chico. I swear by these things. I love this. Have you ever had one? I absolutely love Topo Chico. So I got a new drink right now that I just started drinking. Is the electrolytes. I absolutely love them. But look, I'm old, so I need to start implementing these types of things into my diet and stuff. I just started taking a lot of different vitamins for like my bones and my joints, you know. I used to do a lot of drugs and stuff like that. And so I'm absolutely aware of the fact that wear and tear is a thing. So I'm trying to go back and, you hear me, pump myself up with all the beautiful things that I did not give myself back then, honey. Because I was, oof. What is it? It's mineral water. So this is mineral water. They have it, see, that's all it is. It's just mineral water. Now they have it in this kind, and then they have it also in lemon lime. I like them both. The thing about a Topo Chico is, listen, I used to like Coke. I like that, you know, that kick you give, you drink a good, ugh. This gonna get you every time. Not only that, you can open this Topo Chico today and let it sit and still be good tomorrow. You hear me? I am old. What? Look, I got 3 grandchildren. I'm old. I just told her to have my granddaughter's first birthday party. I got 3 grandkids. My grandkids are 1, 2, and 6. I have 3 kids. My kids are, let's see. My oldest daughter is 26. My son is 24. And my youngest daughter is 22. Okay. I am old. I don't feel old, but I'm old. I mean, I'm older. I love it. I'm not tripping. But yeah, I'm absolutely older. You made it seem like you are old. You don't look past it. Yeah, I'm absolutely past 20. I don't feel like I am, but what are you, like 32? No. Oh my God, 32. No, I'm not 32. At anywhere close to 32, actually. Hey, Adua. Hey, Bay Lexi. Hey, Whispering Winds. Hey, Akatsuki 23. Hey, Ree. Hey, Pinky Vibes. Hey, Vantage Points. No. No. And then, so I guess let me tell y'all this right quick. I don't like telling people what I'm thinking about doing, but I guess I can tell you guys because we vibing now, we thriving or whatever. So I like to do these things called 21-day self-love challenges, okay? And the reason I do them is because they say that it takes how old were you when you had your first child? If I tell you how old when I had my first child, you gonna know how old I am, sir. You ain't slick, Rick. How old are you? So I'm thinking about doing this a 21-day self-love challenge. So like I said, what I do is we come on here, we come on live for 21 days straight, okay? We pick a time and we get on and we do the 21 days. The point of us doing the 21-day challenge is for us to either drop off or either pick up a new habit. They say it takes 21 days to either start a new habit or Well, how does it say? They say it takes 21 days to either stop something or pick something up. And so this is why we do the 21 days. It's also a place, again, for us to come in and support each other on this 21-day journey. Now, one thing that I can tell you is a part of you going into your higher self is absolutely you doing 21-day challenges. You're going to do more than 21-day challenge. Yo, your whole life for the rest of your life is probably going to be a 21-day challenge, because you're constantly dropping things off, the negative things off, and implementing positive things in these empty spaces where you have them, when you're steady removing things, right? So I'm absolutely thinking about, well, I'm not thinking about, I'm absolutely going to be doing another 21-day challenge here. Now, I normally do them to where we just get on and we just come on 21 days, but again, I do also want to I want to get to know you guys. I know everybody's not here for me, and I'm not here for them, and that's okay too. But the ones that are here for me and I am here for them, I absolutely want to build a relationship with you all. And so I'm thinking about doing the 21-day challenge, but doing it in a more intimate setting, so to where I might actually have like a sign up or something for it. And so I'll let you guys know more about that. And then I also want to do either, and I guess I could probably do it at night, since we're talking about getting on at night, but I want to start doing a so I'm gonna say a vibe session, because I don't know what all a vibe session would entail. It would just go off of the vibe. So maybe some days we'd meditate, some days we'd pray, some days we listen to music, whatever the flow is, whatever the vibe is. But I actually want to start having a vibe session at least once a week. So I'm gonna keep you guys posted on that. 38. Oh yeah, 38 is a good age. 38 is actually one of my favorite numbers. It absolutely is. 38 and 838. 3 and 8, period. But I'm into numerology, if you guys didn't know that. And let me shut up, because I will start going off here. So 38, yeah, that's actually a really good number. It's actually been coming up here for me the past few days, actually. Huh. I'm in a heavy synchro phase right now. So I'm getting synchros left and right, multiples a day. So I'm really being mindful of this, because like I said, I know my life is shifting, because I'm shifting it on purpose. Like, I'm doing it on purpose. That's the other thing about this whole journey. To actually be, like I said, to co-create your world, to see your world coming to pass. I mean, your world coming to life right before your eyes. But not only that, the only way to know what your future is going to be, what your future is going to entail, is if you create it. And we absolutely have that power. I heard 9 was a magical number. Well, I think all numbers are magical. I think we all have our favorite numbers, but I think all numbers are magical, especially if you understand what they mean. I actually have a little paper right here in front of me, and so this is a breakdown of numbers, and on this particular meaning that I have right here. So these are probably going to be the biblical meanings. But this one says that number 9, 9 is the number of judgment and finality. It marks the end. It marks the end of something. There are 9 fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, and temperance. This is the biblical meaning, though, for number 9. But numbers have multiple meanings. But number 9 is number 9 is one of my favorite numbers. Like I said, I think all numbers are my favorite numbers. So when you Ask, I've heard before that there is a connection between gold. Yeah, no, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually I broke a necklace yesterday. I already have 2 broken necklaces, right? I have like 13. I got 13 broken bracelets right now that I need to get fixed. But listen, I'm going to share something with you. Let me get my journal. Hold on. Hold on. Because you saw. Wait a minute. Move. Man, you just made me think of something. So listen, you got to journal. Y'all must journal. You have to journal. Journaling. Listen. Spirit communicates. God communicates through writing, okay? So you writing down, a lot of the times you'll write and it's not even you writing. You'll go back and you'll see that spirit then gave you a message. You didn't have a whole download and you didn't even realize it. You got to journal, okay? Look, this is actually my journal. I made this journal and I have them for sale on Amazon. Go and get you one. You got to start journaling. But listen, so, I can't breathe. So I was just talking about how I know I'm in a very heavy synchro space right now. Synchro meaning synchronization, okay? Synchronization is a way that God, Spirit, talks to you, right? Tells you things, gives you things, right? I'm about to choke because I'm so excited. So I can tell y'all now, this is what I do all day. What I'm sitting on here doing with y'all, this is what I do all day. I don't live in that outside world. I mean, I live inside of myself. I love myself. I love me. I spend 23.5 out of the 24 hours in the day by myself. Like, I love listen, don't worry about it. So I got 2 numbers that came to me here in these last few days. One was 60-60 and one was 30-30. And at first, I didn't initially look them up. And they just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. So I said, look, I got my journal right. All right, and this is also why I write everything down, because I want receipts. I want proof of my... You know what, when God told me, the day he told me, what time he told me, and when the day it happened, I'm going to be able to go back. And this is why I write everything down on purpose. So listen, wait, watch this. So 60-60 and 30-30 kept coming up. Whenever I get a number or something that is screaming at me, I understand that this spirit communicating with me. So I go and I look my stuff up. And when I look something up, I not only look up the biblical meaning, I look up the spiritual meaning, the Hebrewic meaning, wherever it's at. Don't worry about it. But so, listen. When I looked up this 60 and 60 the other day, I almost came up outside of myself because, like I said, I've been doing this for 4 years now. You know, I'm good at numbers and, you know, well, I looked up this 60-60 and this 30-30. And do you know, I almost lost myself. Hold on, because I want to read it to you. Oh, wait. Oh, it's in my dang on phone. Wait. I don't know if it was 60-60 or the 30-30, but one of them means to be, this is the biblical meaning. One of them means to be adorned in gold chains, like adorned. It said adorned in gold chains, meaning like this was a sign of like wisdom and royalty. Oh God, wait a minute. Because just thinking about it, it's just, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. Even look at this tattoo, this tree of life, my lotus flower. I mean, all these little things in my life that I absolutely had no idea about. This is what I'm trying to get you to see. Once you go in and you start discovering your higher self and who you are and who you were before you knew who you are and all these beautiful things, it will absolutely blow your mind. So what I have learned is these gold chains in the Bible, when it came to represent, wisdom and all this beautiful things. And so here I sit. And so I just learned this, like I said, a few days ago. I absolutely never heard of anything of this in my life. And it also represents like spiritual refinement. I don't know if you know what it means, like when when they have to like refine the gold and stuff through the fire. So gold represents a lot of that stuff. So yeah, it's crazy. I actually wanted to ask you when I first saw you. Yeah, so like I said, I didn't know, baby, but I know now. I'm learning so much in this past few weeks. I've been just getting the most beautiful downloads. But then again, I also know and understand I'm in the middle of shifting timelines. I am about to have a paradigm shift, a quantum leap, whatever you want to call it, however you. I'm in the midst of it. I'm in the midst of it. This is not my first time. I'm in the midst of it, and I absolutely know it. So, oh man, I just listen. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. But let me ask you, because you got all these questions for me. No, it's my turn. So you said you're not religious. Do you believe in like the spiritual side? Do you feel like you're awakened or you're on the journey to awakening? Like, how do you feel like you found yourself in this space right here? Like, it's not, because I don't believe in coincidences. I believe everything happens for a reason. So for you to be in this space is absolutely on purpose. I actually wanted to ask you when I was first on you. Oh, that sounds interesting. Like I said, I have a lot of broken gold right now that I wanted to I was thinking about either getting it melted down into one piece, but then I was thinking this probably ain't gonna melt down to nothing. So I don't know. I'll probably just sell it or something. I want to get some of it fixed, but I don't know. So how do you feel like you got here though in this space? Because I don't feel like I don't believe in coincidences. I absolutely know and understand that absolutely everything happens for a reason. And a lot of the times when I get on live, like I said, I don't be concerned. I'm not concerned about the numbers, the people, all these things. I know that what I'm talking about, a lot of people ain't can't hear what I'm putting down. And that's okay with me. But I do believe that when you do get on here and you are on here for a reason, and so I absolutely believe that you're in the space for a reason. So I'm just trying to see like what you got going on in your life. Like what does your spiritual life look like right now? I left religion alone. I was seeing people become religious just for protection. Protection in what way? Because I feel like it's the opposite. Well, I don't know what you mean by that. Religious for protection. Oh, you mean protection from the BS? I would say that's what they're being protected from. Because it ain't nothing real. Or just to say, I wouldn't sell it if I were. I wouldn't sell it if I were you, because what's about to happen? What's about to, what? Please, please. What are you talking about? Oh, you're saying you wouldn't sell it. Oh, my goal if I were you, because what's about to happen? Well, what's about to happen? Let me know, because I have no idea. Okay. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. I'm not into politics or outside. I have no idea what's going on outside. Please enlighten me. Oh, what? They about to put freeze on money or something, or what? Because again, I have no idea. I think a lot of people use religion to hide behind. Oh yeah, well, that, yeah, absolutely. So I've been asking all these questions. So like, I know for me going to prison absolutely saved my life, because I was in the streets. I was in the streets, and I started selling drugs when I was 11 years old. Like, even when I sit back and think about it today, like, I started selling drugs when I was 11. By the time I was 13, you couldn't tell me nothing. Like, I was a grown woman. By the time I was 13, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I know, like I was saying, for me, I know me going to prison absolutely saved my life. I am not going to lie. It absolutely did. And I had so much fun. I had so much fun in during prison. Like, I am not even going to hold you. I'm not going to. I didn't know you could get kicked out. Now, what I did not know is you could get kicked out of jail. And so I got kicked out of jail. I got kicked out of a jail too. But going to prison saved my life. I learned so many beautiful things in prison. How do you feel about your prison situation? Like, I graduated in prison. I learned like life skills. I learned how to work in prison. I had never had a job before I went to prison. I mean, like I said, I started selling drugs when I was 11, and so I sold drugs all the way up until I was 21 and got 10 years in Fed. So like, mm. Do I work now? No. Mm-mm. I quit. So the last time I really had a job was in 2023, when I moved here to Dallas. When I did work, I worked in the medical field, and so I take care of people privately. I work for myself. The last time I had a real job was in 2023, and then I quit. I went to Jamaica, came home and quit, because spirit God had already told me, like, I wasn't going to work anymore. Like, this is what I was going to do. I was going to teach. And so I quit working in 2023. I moved to California in 2024. I moved to California in 2024. And then the person that I moved up there with lost their everlasting mind. I mean, she lost her mind. So I had to come back here and come back home. The thing was, I was going to be bi-coastal. I was going to spend half of my time here in Dallas, half of my time there with her, whatever. It didn't work. So she ended up, like I said, losing her everlasting mind. And so I had everything that I owned up in California. This was last year. This was just all recent. And so I came back to Texas, and I got a job long enough to get my stuff home. And so, but now, no, I don't work. This is my work. I work for God. I work for spirit. I do not work a 9 to 5. None of that. No. Mm-mm. And well, and that's why I stopped working, because I mean, God told me to. Spirit told me to. I mean, to live in my purpose. And so now, from the time I wake up in the morning, like I'm saying, to the time I go to sleep, if I'm not reading, I'm writing, or I'm listening to something, but just kind of preparing myself, getting ready for this beautiful place that I know I'm going. I don't know where, I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know what time, what day. All I know is I'm going, and I need to be ready with it's time to move. And so, yeah. So, no. But yes, I do work, because working for Spirit is a full-time job. I'm always busy. I always got something to do. What do you do, though? You know, we were not created to work. We're not supposed to work 9 to 5. What do you mix with? Absolutely nothing. People ask me that all the time. Or nothing that I know of. Nothing. People say I got an accent. I heard people say I have an accent. Like I was saying, you know, it means a lot to me to be able to mean what I say and say what I mean. And I can actually say that that's the point that I'm at in my life. And so if listen, I'm saying, if Spirit don't tell me to do it, God don't tell me to do it, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm not moving, I'm not asking nobody, I don't take direction from anybody else, I don't go outside of myself, I don't have no friends. Listen, I can go on and on, but this is all on purpose. Foreign. It makes me look foreign. Ooh. I hear a lot of people. I've gotten the comments several times that people feel like I'm foreign, but I don't mind that, because I plan on traveling the world, so it makes a lot of sense. What do you? Oh, you said you do real estate, right? I love real estate. I wanted to go into real estate. I think that is an absolute beautiful job. Are you working like under? Do you have your license, or like are you working under a brokerage or what? Look, when my billions hit, I'm gonna have a lot of real estate, because I want to have real estate for like homeless people, for like single mothers and stuff like that. Yes. Let me travel with you. Listen, we tribing. Look, we tribing. I hope we can take a lot of trips as a tribe. Really, for real, for real. Like, could you imagine like going to the beach, or like having like a little retreat? That's something else I'm into too. Like a little retreat. You know what I mean? I work with South of Bees. You probably heard of that. No, I'm not. What is that? Sotheby's. What is that? I feel like I'm so out of touch, child. I'm very out of touch with what's going on out there. I can tell you that now. I don't know anything going on up outside. I don't. And I'm so in love, like, with my house and my space. I was going to the gym this morning, and I was just thinking about, like, I cannot wait to get back home. I love my little space. Excuse me. And you said you in Atlanta, right? Like, what's Atlanta like? What's going on in Atlanta? Ooh. So, look. You know me, I'm already shopping for my house, so I be looking at mansions. But I'm always looking at the mansions out in California. I seen some last night in Florida that are amazing. Now I know the thing about Atlanta is because I've been to Atlanta. Like I said, I've been to Atlanta, and I noticed that the homes down there in Atlanta seem they have good prices in Atlanta for houses. You can get a lot of house in Atlanta for way cheaper than you could yeah, and see that's the thing about now that I've learned since I learned how to manage money, what money managing means and what investing means and assets and all these things. So like I said, real estate and art and stuff like that is absolutely going to be things that I'm going to be highly invested in. So have you already sold a home before? How long have you been doing this? I'm gonna look them up right now. I'm not kidding, because I was just looking at houses last night. What is it? Sotheby's. Let me see. It's Realty. Dallas prices are skyrocketing, but Dallas is like one of the biggest has become one of the biggest cities in the world. I just found this out. Let me tell you, before I moved to Dallas, I had not been to Dallas, and I can't stand Dallas. Dallas is what they call it, a metroplex or whatever it is. You have to go to another world to go somewhere. Everything else is so. Well, there's gonna be places everywhere that are unaffordable to a lot of people. And well, look at the economy. Look at the way that the world is set up. And that's my whole thing with this. You know, like I was saying earlier, we weren't supposed to live. We weren't created to work a 9 to 5 job. We were absolutely not supposed to do that. And the thing about it is, even if we were, say we were, the thing about working any job that you work is you're supposed to work the job that is your purpose. If you're in your purpose, you are in the right place, and things will go a lot more beautiful here. Have you ever been to a place and somebody's upset about their job and that they're at work, and so they have a crazy attitude and their customer service is horrible? And especially like in the schools, we have all these teachers in these schools supposed to be teaching these children, but yet they're not teaching the children anything because they don't want to be there themselves. When it comes to, you see what I'm saying? This is why everybody's supposed to be working where their purpose is, what their purpose is entailing, so things can function the way that they're supposed to function. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Have you sold a house yet, though? Let's see, Atlanta. Or are you an agent already? I'm gonna have to look up some of their stuff tonight, because I love looking at these houses and stuff. Yeah, that's a good place to be in, though, real estate. It really is. My sister, this is my sister. Well, she passed away 2 years ago, my little sister, but she used to live in Atlanta. And so when I had went down there the first time, we went to her mother-in-law's house, and she lives like on a plantation, I think. Yeah, like on a plantation down there. I mean, her house was immaculate, beautiful. And I remember her saying that I'm not gonna say the price, but I know she said that she paid for that house like when she originally bought it, and I was like, man, I wish I could have came into my